Selam dostlar, 3. bölüme hoş geldiniz. Umarım hepinizin sağlığı yerindedir. Evet, bu sefer uzun bir giriş yapmayacağım. Hızlıca oyuna geçelim. Zaten istesem de keyiflenemiyorum. Oyunu ne kadar isteyerek beklesem de. Bir Galatasaray taraftarıyım. Zaniolo transfer olmuş mesela. Heyecan duyamıyorum. Evet, hayatımda şu an bir yandan güzel bir gelişme olduğunu duyuyorum ama mutlu olamıyorum. Hepiniz aynı haldesiniz biliyorum. Şu an ülke olarak çok kötüyüz. Evet, en son kaldığımız yerden direkt başlatacağım oyunu. En son Hogwarts'a bir yeni yetme olarak girdik ama aslında yaşlı bir yeni yetme diyelim. 5. sınıftaydık. Burada 3 öğrenciyle tanışmıştık. Niye diğerleriyle tanışmadık? Neyse bakalım. Profesör Weasley bizi bekliyor. Bir Weasley arkadaşımız olacak. Garrett Weasley.
I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Okay. Bu arada dostlar, ilk bölüm 25 dakikaydı, ikinci bölüm 35 dakika. İkinci bölümde ilk bölümün 2 katı altyazı vardı. O da 2 katı süremi aldı neredeyse. Şöyle söyleyeyim dostlar, 30 dakikalık bir bölüme ortalama 2,5 saat sırf çeviri için zaman harcıyorum. Yani bunun renderiyle hepsi beraber 2,5 saat gidiyor. Çektikten sonra. Yani anlayacağınız bölümler 30 dakika olacak dostlar. Hafta içleri birer bölüm gelecek ki ilk gün olduğu için Cuma günü 2 bölüm gelecek. Hafta sonu 2'şer bölüm. Hafta içleri de birer bölüm, muhtemelen 2 aydan uzun sürecek bu oyun. Çünkü 70 saatten uzun oynamayı bekliyorum bu oyunu.
Simply cast Revelio on it and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
Bakalım, bunları oynadıkça göreceğiz. Normalde yan görev yapmayı çoğu oyunda sevmiyorum. Çünkü genelde boş ve tekrarlanan mekanikler içeren sıkıcı şeyler oluyor ama evrene o kadar aşığım ki muhtemelen %100 bitireceğiz bu oyunu. Okay, Weasley.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
İki ana alana ayrılmış Hogwarts ve sol taraftaki profesör ve öğrencilerin yaşadığı yeri gösteriyormuştu. Ortak alan vesaire dahil. Gitmek istediğimiz yeri mi seçeceğiz? Select South Vision. Welcome to Hogwarts. South Wing. Burada Blue Flames dediği şeyler gözüküyormuş. Bu yeşil alevli şeyler. Okey. Bulduğumuz yerler yeşille, bulmadığımız yerlerse gri ile gösterilecekmiş. Sağ tarafta ise astronomi kulesinin bulunduğu, genelde akademik bölümlerin olduğu bölümmüş. İşte kütüphane ve seralar dahil. Library Annex'i seç dedi. Okey. Bizim için bir tane açmış bakın burada. Bu da Central Hall, yani ana hall dedi, ne diyelim. Neyse işte anladınız. Bizim için açık etmiş. Oraya direkt kareyle gidebileceğiz. Pekala. Şimdi M.2 SSD'deyiz. Çok uzun sürmez diye düşünüyorum ama donduğunu hissediyorum şu an. Bakalım. PlayStation 5'te de bu arada M.2 SSD'ler ve kaliteli, şu an Samsung M.2 SSD var bende de. O yüzden hızlı olmasını bekliyorum. Ama bilgisayar biraz ısınmış olabilir. Çok fazla render yaptım. Bir de optimizasyon problemlerini düşünürsek. Okay. Bu olay güzel olmuş çünkü çok büyük bir harita Hogwarts.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
Karanlık sanatlara karşı savunma. Hadi bakalım.
You get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Okay. Ama soracağım bu arada.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of defense against the dark arts
Mesela bunları sorabilmemiz güzel olmuş. Hogwarts'a yeni adım atan biri olarak. İlk bölümlerde yaşadığımız çok tecrübeli büyücü hareketlerinden sonra biraz acemilik hissetmemiz iyi oldu.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in
Bunu
Britain,
duymak
and
bile
is
çok
home
güzel.
to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Okay.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons.
Yani Weasley olduğu için ona rahatça dürüst olabiliyorum.
Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my
İlmin bizi takip
classroom
ettiğini
after
bilmek
you've
güzel.
attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Okey, çok heyecanlıyım Hogsmeade'e gitmek için. Professor Fig neredesin ha?
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Kızacaksın mı?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now.
İyi, doğru
We don't
yapmışız.
know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Headmaster deyince hep Dumbledore'u düşündüğüm
As
için
capable as
kendimi
you are,
kötü hissediyorum şu
I
anda
believe
başımızda
the
bir
ability you
Slytherin
possess obliges
müdürü
you to be
olmasından dolayı.
well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guides map? Unfold it and have a look.
Karanlık sanatlara
The
karşı
map is
savunma.
enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Eyvallah. Öf, çok iyi ya.
Revelio.
Okay, let's go. Biraz menüleri inceledim arkadaşlar. Oraları biraz kesiyorum sizin için akıcılık kaybolmasın diye. Oo, çok felaket kastı. İnanılmaz derecede kastı. Umarım sürekli böyle olmaz. Oo, rezalet şu an. Acayip FPS drop yaşıyoruz.
Is that all you've got?
Lan!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. LeviOOOsa.
LeviOOOsa? A levitation charm?
LeviOOOsa! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Yani öğrenme işini niye böyle yaptınız ki? Direkt tıklayıp alalım madem. Ha, öğrendik, bitti.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast LeviOOOsa first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master proved. Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling.
Şaka
We'll
mı
start
bu?
with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only LeviOOOsa, basic cast, and Protego.
Okey, hadi bakalım, çok heyecanlıyım.
This should be easy. Protego. LeviOOOsa takes things. This will be your first duel. Let's just say
I do enjoy a lively duel.
how perceptive. Thank you.
Use
Bu
the
arada
basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
her blokladığımızda counter attack yapıyoruz. Basılı tuttuğum için
Not bad
tabii.
for a beginner.
O da havaya kaldırıyor.
You give as good as you get.
Bu kasma sorununu çözmem lazım ama bu muhtemelen optimizasyonla alakalı arkadaşlar. Çünkü bir önceki bölümlerde hiç yaşamadık bunu, farkındaysanız.
Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor
Eyvallah.
Hackett. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so
Slytherin'den bu
deft with
kadar
a
güzel
wand.
yorumlar duymak
Then
ilginç.
again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Yok ya,
In
hiçbir şey
fact,
yapmadık
it
diyelim.
was. Perhaps I had an
Azıcık
act
daha
for it.
böbürlenelim.
Be quiet
Hadi
if you like,
yaptık
but I
ya.
know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know,
But I know better, ben daha iyi
you
bilirim ha.
might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling
Bu da
organization.
Gryffindor Ken bile kötü tarafı seçebileceğiz sanırım.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Okey, eyvallah. Dayıcan verici.
Till next.
Okey, tılsıma gidelim. Bak üst katta mı?
Off on another adventure, are we?
Ya bu kasma sorunu çok sıkıntı. Optimizasyonla çok alakalı olduğunu düşünüyorum. Yani başlarda yaşamıyorduk. Ve bilgisayarım da kasılmıyor dostlar. Yani kontrol ettim. Hiçbir sıkıntı yok bilgisayarda. Burada doğru yerde miyiz onu bile kontrol etmedim ama rastgele yürüyoruz. Bir haritayı açalım. Biz neredeyiz? Zaten gösteriyor haritada. Ben böyle şu grafiklere çok taktığım için bakmadım onlara.
Here, behind you. There's an open seat here.
Thank you.
Eyvallah.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student.
Arkadaşlar Harry Potter hikayesindeki en güzel şey aslında arkadaşlık ilişkileriydi benim açımdan. Bunlara önem verirse oyun çok güzel olur.
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Fakat 5. sınıfa boşuna mı geldiniz? Hiç kimse cevap vermedi vesaire. Akio. Pekala, hadi bakalım.
Akio.
That is not bad.
Akio'yu 1. bölümden hatırlarsınız.
Swift learner.
Merlin'in işareti olan o objeyi çekmiştik ve o da anahtar çıkmıştı.
Potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's
O harmony bu herhalde.
Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Okay, geliyoruz. Az önce sahne arası bu arada bir yüklenme oldu. Uzun sürdü. Bundan sonra keseceğim buraları.
Fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport?
Bu tamamen optimizasyonla alakalı dostlar. Başka hiçbir sıkıntı değil yani. Bilgisayar kasmıyor, kontrol ediyorum. Oyunu da öğreneceğiz, süper.
Why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones. Splendid! Excellent control there. That's it.
Aa düşme lan. Olmadı.
Stay focused. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's
iyi
certainly
yapmadık.
no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onay, would
Momentumunu
you care to
hesaplayamadım
give our
topun
new
ne kadar hızlı
student a
dönecek,
bit of
nerede
a
duracak.
challenge? Come on up.
Ve hepsinin boyutu farklı ya.
You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onay, you are playing red. Clear?
Okey hadi
Yes,
bakalım. Biz mi başlıyoruz? Artistik yapma. Oha. Tek 50'de durdurdu ya. Sıra bizde, hadi bakalım. Bir tık erken. Fuck. Ama çok hızlı geliyor ya öyle. Bakın bu kız ne kadar kontrollü çekebiliyor. Neyse o da 30'da bıraktı, hadi bakalım. Düşme. Helal bize.
Nicely done. Misha.
Acaba bizim topumuza çarparsa ne oluyor?
There we go.
Hadi bakalım, bunu 50 yaparsak kazanacağız. Çok riskli. Oldu. Aha, ne oldu lan Natsai?
Excellent control there.
Kazandık.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Daha ne olacak? Oh shit.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Yine bence direkt 50'de durdurabilecek. Beceremedi.
That is how
Biraz
it's
bekleyeceğim. Şimdi değil. Şimdi. Ama gene erken çekti. 50 o 50.
Very good.
Öldü ya. Beceremedi ki. Çok sevindim lan, biz az önce 50 yaptık. Şimdi. Ama yanlışlıkla elimi R2'den çektim. My bad. Kötüyüz. Neyse hala 10 puan öndeyiz. Hayır yine beceremedi. Aynen. 30 değil o 20. Neyse 30 oldu. 20 alırsak eşitlenecek. Elimi R2'den erken çekmemem lazım. Az önce çok aptalca oynadım. Hayır. Neyse becerdik. İnanmıyorum. Fazla bastım bu sefer de. Nasıl kazananın biziz ya?
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Eyvallah profesör.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you.
Bence
Took
de.
me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get
Biz
anything right when I
elimizi neye
transferred
atsak
here.
direkt öğreniyoruz kızım.
It
Sen
gets easier, I promise.
biz geldik artık. Kenara çekilebiliriz.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Ama çok ilginç.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Ne?
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Gerek yoksa onda niye kullanıyoruz?
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Evet, save aldı dostlar. Burada da bölümün sonuna geleyim. Kendinize çok iyi bakın. Görüşmek üzere.